Spinning, spinning. Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my man, mean and green, coxman of one, Zack Elias. What's up, Zack?
Of one.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? You knew I was going to drop Coxman on this episode after that Meshuggah drop you had last week.
You didn't know what your state. I don't know. I knew 1 for 6, and you knew the ingredients the whole day.
I was very proud that was my one thing, you know?
I had fun making trivia. Now you're going to torture me, I'm sure, tonight. It's like a comeback.
I would never do that to you.
It's going to be some
absolutely not. I would only be fair and do the best I can.
76 grueling questions.
That would be a very long time. Anyway, my man, how are you? This is our New Year's episode because this is coming out, every Wednesday, every Saturday when these episodes come out. People, make sure you're downloading them. Give us a good rating. And this is the last one of 2020.
Are you going to drop this right as the ball drops? Boom, Booze Your Daddy goes off?
Are they doing a ball this year?
I don't know. Didn't you give one to Cal Ripken?
I would for the trophy.
Are they doing a ball? I'm sure they're doing a ball. You don't get Corona from a glass ball. You get it from watching a glass ball with 4 billion other sickies.
Right, but the same way they didn't do fireworks for July 4th is because they didn't want to encourage people getting together, is what I interpreted.
I don't know. They didn't tell me.
They. I'm also one of those people who drops they all the time, meaning like I was talking to somebody and they casually mentioned it type of thing.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure they get the Trot Seacrest out there or wheel Dick Clark's ghost out or whatever it is.
I was going to make a Dick Clark reference, and I just figured I'm still in the jailhouse for my Lou Gehrig joke from a couple of weeks ago with the patient, so I might as well quit while I'm not ahead with that type of stuff.
Why, you have a lot of patients that like Dick Clark? How old is your patient base? They all saw Lou Gehrig play and hung out with Dick Clark?
No, it's that they don't like that type of insensitivity, because I think Dick Clark had the stroke and then died of Parkinson's, maybe?
Guy had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, my friend, I want to hear about your Christmas.
My Christmas was merry and gay. Well, we did no good. You're gonna stand here.
Terrible.
You're gonna shake your head at me in that powder blue V-neck.
I bite my thumb in vain at you, sir.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. With that nice shirt, they make it for men. Anyway, my Christmas was fine. I did a traditional Jewish Christmas, yet I did it at home. I didn't go to the movies. We watched a movie. We watched Soul, which is a new Disney movie.
I also watched Soul, and I have some thoughts about it, so no opinions just yet, but keep going with your Christmas.
Rattle on, are we drinking here? I'm developing a thirst.
All right, let's get into... Jesus Christ. All right,
Jesus
sir.
Christ, it's the 3-minute mark, and I haven't had a sip.
You got somewhere to be tomorrow?
Absolutely.
I have a reprieve from Ron Katz. Instead of our normal 9 o'clocks, I get 9:30, so it's an extra half hour for me to sleep.
I've got nowhere to be. I'm actually off from work the rest of the year. Today was my last work day for the year, so...
All right, well, I would ask you what you're drinking, except you're drinking the same direct from last week. Yeah, there you go.
4 more of these bad boys.
All right, well, I am going back to something from the brewery I've had. It's called Kings County Brewers Collective Tiki Talk, and it is a fruited sour. I was in the mood for something different. I had an IPA last night. It just didn't sit so great, so I wanted to have something a little different for the show. I don't hate... It's a regular shirt.
It's a deep V and a powder blue.
No.
That's my headphones.
Anyways, cheers to you, my friend. Release the Kraken.
I'm wearing a shirt from a solid Jewish bar in Minneapolis. Glicks, hence the Jewish star.
I think you already wore that once and explained it.
I don't have very many shirts, and they're all from bars.
Yeah, you might want to invest in some shirts, just saying.
Buy me a shirt. Buy me that one.
So, no, I have a million Christmassy things to get into, but I guess for you...
I was, okay, so you do you. I was going to do my Christmas, but...
No, I have a question for you, because, you and I talked throughout the week, and you said the other day something that I said, I didn't ask, do you ever notice that you'll text me sometimes and I just ignore whatever you said? Like, I couldn't care less what you were just mentioning because it's so good and I wanted to wait to do it.
No, but I do appreciate, we said this that you say I couldn't care less and not I could care less.
Yes, this is like the third time you've done this.
No, that wasn't on air. That was pre-air the last time.
Oh, was it? Okay, well, now everybody knows about that. Well, you mentioned something about your daughter and her feelings towards Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, feelings towards, but yes, during the Christmas times, she did say. So we were watching Elf, and as one does with a kid, and she liked it, and it landed. We also watched Jingle All the Way, which was fantastic. That makes
Jingle
me
All
laugh.
the Way, top 10.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
Turtle Man, it gets me every time.
Jamie!
Yeah.
When
Anyway,
Sinbad throws the bomb and it actually is a bomb and it's just like sick people.
The recurring top
Sick-
is such a
sick
great.
people. Oh, it's so good. Phil Hartman,
Anyway.
not his best work, but go on.
But anyway, so she's pretty skeptical about Santa Claus, as one Jewish girl is. But she did say to me the next day we were watching football, whatever, and it was out of left field. She goes, Santa Claus is going to die soon, and it just sat like that. And I said to her, I told you guys such a surprise. I go, okay, and then what? I thought she'd have a plan. She goes, I don't know. And then just moved on, like casual. Like, I guess I'll just, send something to a Shiva call and we'll figure it out. Like, it was.
Is she
so
watching
casual.
too many of these like diabetes commercials, or is she watching too much news about
Watching too
Corona?
many of these diabetes commercials. Wilford
Diabetes.
Brimley. Yeah.
I think he passed away. I think he died this year, right?
I don't know. That sounds on brand. It feels like he's going to die every year.
Fair.
Anyway, yeah, she just like Santa Claus is in his 90s. He seems to be an active guy, but he's in his 90s. And, it just sort of works. She did the math. He's going to die soon. She didn't have a follow-up or a backup
You
plan.
didn't ask her why did you think that? Like nothing.
No, it caught me by such surprise. If it had been during a Christmas movie, maybe I would have had a follow-up question. But it was during football. So A, I wanted to move on and get back to football. And B, I was totally blindsided. The curveball. She threw me the Uncle Charlie. And I whiffed, as most parents do when their kid asks them a tough question.
Wow. Good to know Ron Katz drinking a Bell's Amber Ale tonight. Love to hear that he's drinking along with the show. He said he set a reminder for tonight's episode. He missed last week and felt terrible about it.
Oh, it's a reminder to drink.
Right.
8:08, got to drink.
Also,
PM. Yeah.
Ron Katz saying nobody allowed in Times Square, which is where I get my news of people say you're not doing anything in Times Square.
People? Ron Katz is people?
Ron Katz is a great source of knowledge. He knows so much random shit. If you need New York City trivia, get that guy on the horn. He knows anything about this city.
Oh, God. That means you got him on the horn, and the two of you are going to light me up tonight for New York City trivia.
No, I want him to be just as surprised and see if he can get any of this stuff just the same as you. I don't like to ruin it.
Oh, because your family couldn't give me the amazing tales of Snyder. They had nothing, so I had to go to the Google.
I since talked to Samantha and my sister, and I saw my sister
Shelby?
Shelby. The funny thing is we actually call her Shelly as a joke, which her mother hates so much. So naturally, the more she says she doesn't like it, the more
Give me
we
your
do
mother's
it.
phone number. I'll talk to her. Jewish mothers love me. I can convince them of anything.
Her mother, you wouldn't last very long on the phone.
I last very long. We still
Anyway,
talking about a phone call?
so I saw my sister over the break, and she gave me one of these. Your friend, he's kind of weird. Like, why was he asking me? I was like, no, he's a good guy. He was just looking for a joke about. She's like,
I'm weird, but what's her deal? Give me her number too. I'll call her and talk to her.
I feel like there's not that much embarrassing stuff about me. I mean,
That's
maybe if
the
you
problem.
Is that a problem? I embarrass myself so much on a regular basis. There's just not that much more.
So she didn't find me reaching out for funny stuff to be delightful. She found that weird.
Yeah, she was kind of offended, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So
that seems pretty strong. It seems like a bit of an overreaction.
All right. So I want to tell you just a little bit about my Christmas, and this will tie in. I almost won Christmas this year. I went to. This is probably
I also had Chinese food, by the way. But go on.
Great throw-in, Zack.
I don't know. You asked me how mine was. Not a good
So I was at Julia's house where there's 3 kids there, and people got each other presents. There were so many presents, dude. I can't even begin to tell you the boxes on boxes on boxes. And, I have a niece who's 11, a couple of nephews. Like, I've been through this so many times now, like the perfect gift and doing the best thing for each other. I just thought to myself, like, you know what? I'll just do something fun with them or make something fun. And at the last minute, I thought to myself, what would be really kind of a cute idea? I'm going to make a movie night for the kids, especially because we were there for like 3 days and you need activities to kill the time. Knowing that the movie Soul was coming out, I thought it looked like a decent movie. I went and did envelopes where I wrote all their names on it from Santa and made fake movie tickets, popcorn vouchers, candy. Like, let's make a movie night. Let's have some fun. Have you ever done this with your daughter?
I paid popcorn for her, but I haven't gone the whole the extra,
Don't go the full Monty with your daughter. That's
not
not
the whole
right
Monty, but no, I haven't gone the extra effort. I will mail
it's
it.
cute. Maybe it's a better idea for your sisters.
Popcorn and we'll watch one movie. I'm not doing it for my sisters either.
No, for your sisters to do it with her.
I get it.
So I did this, and so Zach, it was at least 4 feet long of presents, maybe about 2 to 3 feet. The base, and I just went and threw the 3 letters or the envelope sealed on top of all of them. They're getting ready to open presents, and they were open the card from Santa first. That's the one we got to go for. And I'm sitting there like, And then Julia leans over and tells me that the middle one had called all her friends on her iPad and said, "We have a letter from Santa waiting for us." And they were the most excited about my fakakta letter present. Little did they know, they open it up, they find these little crappy papers that I had written, cinema, admit one. And they're like, "Where's the letter from Santa?" I was like, he told me he would bring it tomorrow at the movie for you. They were so disappointed.
And you claim to have won Christmas.
I said I had a chance to win Christmas. They were more excited.
Lost Christmas.
Oh, it gets better.
Killed these kids' sense of whimsy forever.
It gets better. So then I grabbed some wrapping paper and then I stuffed it, away. The next day I cut it into a cute little shape. I wrote a letter from Santa for them. I put it then near where the presents were the next day. The one girl opens it up right away and goes, "You wrote this. This isn't from Santa." And I'm thinking, that's the line we're drawing on? Like, you believed the other ticket that had clearly my handwriting in it.
She was a sweet and loving Santa-believing girl until you broke her spirit. The next morning, callous and mean.
It gets worse. The little one, who's the cutest one of all 3 of them, sits down in tears. "I can't find my ticket from Santa. I can't watch the movie." I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." She was in tears because she loved.
Swung and missed harder.
Dude, I was like, so I grabbed one of the other kids' tickets, took a picture on my phone, and I said, no, Kira, you're going to be the electronic version. She's like, and she's very skeptical. So I had to go through my phone and find an old ticket stub I had saved. And I showed her, I was like, "This is the ticket stub I used to go to a UFC fight at Madison Square Garden." I said, "If somebody checks tickets, we'll just show them this." And she kind of, wiped up her tears. Was like, okay. And then I take out the candy. It was a variety pack. M&M's, M&M Peanuts, Twix, and Snickers. Crowd pleaser?
Sure.
They didn't need any of it.
Not up your 6.
There was a 10, a 7, and a 6. They were like, "We don't eat this." It's like, What was the right answer? What was... So, yes, I had a chance to win Christmas.
Gummy bears. I don't know.
Swing and miss on all of it.
Yeah, that's rough. That's how the Menendez brothers started. Just call it bad Christmases.
Malibu and pineapple for Evan tonight. Attaboy, buddy. I'm sure.
Nice. That's exactly what the 6, the 11, and the 12-year-old want to have for movies, too.
I can't even drink Captain Morgan anymore from that kid, but that's okay.
Whatever gets you there. What'd you think of Soul?
All right, so we sat down to watch Soul. I thought it was good, not great.
I thought it was good, but not a kid's movie.
That's the thing, and I was going to say, these kids watch this movie, and we're not going to give any spoilers away, I guess, for this, for people who haven't seen it yet.
It's Soul. You can spoil it. It's a Disney movie. Something happens, something else happens, and then it ends happy. You saw the movie.
Well, I have thoughts on the actual ending, but as far as the movie, the little kids at the end, they were like, "Oh, well, I liked that kind of computer that they would go into." And we were like, "Computer, yes." They were definitely not dead and in purgatory. They were in a computer for most of that movie.
Really? My 6-year-old knew immediately he was dead. She's the one who's offering Santa Claus in a few weeks.
Well, all right, Samantha, I won't spoil any of the movie for you, but for me, I had one big takeaway from that movie.
Tina Fey was wasted. My takeaway.
Yeah, it didn't really flow so well. I thought Jamie Foxx was... What do you need Jamie Foxx for that? It could have been like Fred Fox. It would have been the same movie.
Yeah, it could have been pretty much anybody.
Yeah. Although, Jenna, thank you for pointing that out.
Did you say Fred Fox or Red Fox? Like
Fred, not Red Fox. Red Fox would be great.
Would be great. And he might be in purgatory, by the way.
So your wife brings up a great point. Them shitting on the Knicks was hysterical.
That was the line of the movie.
Oh, my God. We've been torturing this team for ages. I laughed out loud. That was very good.
funniest line in the movie, and Zoe laughed too because she knows I root for losing teams. And like she'll always ask me, like, did the Jets win? Did the Mets win? She knows the answer is no. I'm not a happy guy. I'm not smiling. Clearly they didn't win. Or if they did win, I want them to lose. But did the Mets win? No, they did not win. Did the Orioles win? Absolutely not either.
Sometimes there's 62 games a year we win. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, not this year.
No.
That was a great meme going around for a while where it said the Orioles were celebrating that they couldn't lose 100 games because the season was only shortened to like 65. Yeah. So, Zach, my takeaway message from Soul was if you work hard enough to get where you have to be and experience success for one night, give up on your dream and go back and try to inspire other people. Like, I thought that movie, the message it was actually sending was horrible. That guy had the night of his life, and if he thought, what did he think he was going to do? Like, get signed by Tower Records the next day and, like, be all over Spotify?
Tower Records. And I'm the one who's not skewing old. I love Tower.
My point is,
veteran stories in general, listening to, like,
that
90s.
guy had the night of his life and gave up on it the next day. Because it was like, do I really want to come back here and do the same thing? It's like, yeah, dude, you killed. Go back and do it 700 more times, and then maybe you'll get to be who you want to be. But the Disney message is give up on, well, he put in his 10,000 hours to get there. The Disney message is give up on your dream.
Yeah, go be a middle school teacher.
That's what I took from the movie. Did you not?
No one has ever dreamt of being a middle school teacher, ever.
So, Zach...
No, I didn't think it was any great message. I didn't think it was well executed. Nick's line was funny. I didn't think it landed.
Well, it got me thinking about maybe
you don't even need to see it again. That's the other thing, too.
Definitely not rewatchable.
My daughter watched Frozen 3 times in the same day.
Yeah.
None of us ever need to see Soul again. Not sad that I saw it. Don't need to see a second of it again.
Agreed. This movie got me thinking about some other Disney movies, and... maybe we missed the message the first time we watched them, right? Because all these movies have these overarching themes.
No, I knew Ariel was a slut when I saw it.
Just saying, if you're Ariel and you have a talent, you should give up on your dreams for a boy. That's what that movie teaches little girls around the world. Because it'll all work out in the end, don't worry, right?
Well, she gets cute legs.
And if you're Cinderella... then the moral of the story is do whatever you have to do to get clothes you can't afford because you'll get the boy in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Lion King, what I take away from that movie is the next time I'm sitting at a family dinner and my uncle starts...
You're gonna fight your uncle, yeah.
Right? Like, I just got me thinking about, did I miss the message on these movies? Because, yeah, if I'm sitting at a family dinner, my uncle gets in my face, he might kill my father. Although, I'd probably rather have my father than my uncle. That's neither here nor there. My point is if your uncle starts acting up, you got to take him down before he takes you down,
Absolutely.
sir.
My father actually did rumble apparently once years ago at like work. When they used to work together, they would just drop the gloves. My dad went after him. Neither of them are exactly tough guys, though. Neither am I. But that said, yeah, I would take my uncle if I had to. If he starts up, he's a pain in the ass. He's the fun, obnoxious uncle who convinced me at a young age there was like a monster in his closet, and he's always torturing kids.
What a dick!
Oh yeah, he's a dick for the fun of it. That's his move. That's his go-to move.
And you don't have any nieces or nephews to torture yet, right?
I just got a baby niece. I mean, she's a few weeks old. I'm happy to torture her, but
yeah, not yet, but you will.
Give it a few months.
It's so weird because I feel like you're a good torturer, but when it's going to be a kid, you probably have a little bit of a soft spot.
No, I can torture. I can haze. We have this horrible thing in my family tradition. I don't want to go too long with it, but I'm a very large shareholder of Jimenez Oil. It's number 2 behind my cousin. Jimenez Oil, I'll be quick with it, is hell. So if you find if you find the Afikoman, you would get like $20. And like in the 80s, that was an obscene amount of money.
That's a lot of money right now.
Oh, no, they make you earn it. Because we used to have big family gatherings. So you'd get the 20, and then you'd get the opportunity. Now, granted, it's like 6 o'clock. The markets are all closed. What do you know when you're 7? You get the opportunity to invest in Jimenez Oil. So you give it to your cousin who's the banker, who gives it to someone else who's the stockbroker, who gives it to someone else. And then the market is doing really well, and they're all talking, and they're all drinking, of course. And now your $20 is worth 40, and it's worth 100, and then somewhere around and you're all pumped up, like my 20s, and you don't know who has your 20s. It's passed different hands, and then around 7:30, the market crashes, And now your 20 is worth like $2, worth nothing, and they're torturing you, but you don't know whose pocket it is. And at that point, all you want is your 20 back, or even just for them to stop talking to you. So you do get your 20 back at the end of the night, but you have certainly earned it with 2 hours of near tears. There have been tears. I held my shit together, but I've seen my cousin and others cry from it.
Jimenez oil is not a real thing, is it?
No, my grandfather made it up in like the 60s or the 70s to torture my slightly older cousin. And I'm a major shareholder, so is my cousin Jason. My cousin Sandy is the majority shareholder. So yeah, it's only the boys they do it to. The girls get spared. They don't get tortured. But yeah, if you're a male cousin, you're investing in Jimenez oil at some point in your life, and it's horrible. It's like the worst night of your life. It's a bunch of middle-aged men who are all drinking, who are now just torturing you. And you're like in the circle. There's a circle. You're standing in the middle, trying to get your $20 back. It is just some weird, hazing ritual.
At what point does Zoe just say, like, can I get Bitcoin instead? Like, I don't need this Jimenez oil crap.
She probably will. Well, she'll be the one doing Jimenez oil, Jimenez coin. It'll evolve. Yeah, Jimenez coin. But yes, Jimenez oil is a Elias family tormenting tradition.
Very nice. I'll have to never invest in that company.
It's a good company.
So the other thing that I've been doing kind of subconsciously, and I don't even realize I do it so much, one of Julia's nieces comes down midway through the night, one of the nights, and she says, Alan, I'm bored. You always have fun things to do. What can you do right now? And I was like,
middle of the night. I don't think she wants to know what you're doing.
Middle of the night meaning like 9 o'clock or something. Middle of the evening, rather. Jesus, fucking grammar police.
You're on the hub. Speaking of, quick sidebar. I was interviewing someone at my company the other day who works with a company that's called Hub Properties. And he says to me in an interview that he's known at his company, known as King of the Hub. And I just died. And I said to him, I knew the guy a little bit. I go, you don't want to be known as that. He goes, why? I said, I made a face. And then he got it quickly, too. And we both just fell down laughing.
He got the job, though?
We're a real estate company. He wants to be an agent. We'll take almost anybody. But he's going to decide in a month if he wants it. But King of the Hub made me laugh.
That's good. It's one of my friends sent me a text the other day. I didn't know the reference right away, but he was saying how he was in a meeting and somebody came in and was pitching like a sales associate or something, and it was like 7 managers in there, and the guy was saying, no, we really want to hire this guy. He went to this college, he has this experience, he's sexually active in the community, and so I didn't get it, so I was like, I Googled it. That's from Along Came Polly. Do you remember that? My buddy's like, dude, I was done. He was like, I couldn't breathe. He goes, somebody said that in a meeting. They were trying to sell this guy. I was like, his name is Josh.
Saying, like, I like Along Came Polly.
So as we're sitting down there, and I've done this a couple of times now, if you are not playing your college drinking games with little kids, sans drinking alcohol, obviously, you're doing the holidays wrong. Now, I usually have a drink in hand as we're doing this. The most fun that these kids had all weekend with me was playing Fuck the Dealer, which I know you're familiar with that game, right? Where you guess the card, right?
I wouldn't call it that in front of a 6-year-old.
Obviously, we call it...
Before the 9-year-olds about to run me in Beirut, but...
So... I've never played beer pong with my niece and nephew, but they've gone to like fairs and carnivals, and like a booth will set up a mini table and you shoot a ball. It's like spinning the wheel. Shoot a ball until you hit a cup. You look in the cup and it's like, oh, you get a tchotchke. Take this home and tell your parents to bank with us type of thing.
For the future.
Right. So I've seen Beirut with little kids, or beer pong is what I'd rather call it. Yeah. Kids not good at flip cup, can't do that, but we play Screw the Dealer with these kids. And then we also
call it Shook the Dealer. Like, how'd you make it?
Call it Screw the Dealer. That's it, because your dealer gets screwed at the end. Like it's not that bad. And then the other one,
I don't know what you can say. I would go shook, but go on.
Biggest hit of the weekend. Did you ever play Pass the Dick? Do you know that game where it's?
Go on. No. So what Maryland game is that?
No, this is a college game. It's more of a gambling game. So what you do is you
straight up. We don't take our dicks out.
You deal the card, one card face down to everybody. The first person looks. They can keep their card or take the person to their left of their card. You basically don't have to have the highest card.
I know that card the game. I don't know it as past as what's it called?
We call it Pass the Dick because the ace is the dick. So you're passing the dick around. That's how it works.
Fine.
So as Julia chimes in, I guess we called it high or low, which is a completely different AC-doocy type of game. But yes,
I know ACDC too, but I don't know.
These kids were like, "Can we play the guessing game? Can we play the pass the ace game?" Zach, you're welcome. Next time you have a bunch of little kids, you need to entertain them because that is a great game that the adults can play with the kids. And at one point, I made a joke like, "Oh, you have to drink." Ron Katz calls it "pass the bitch." I've heard that as well. I generally will say, "Oh, you got to drink," or "Oh, drink too." So the little one at one point goes, "Get me a glass of milk." At one point, she gets queen. It was like a 4. She finishes the glass of milk and goes, "I need more." Then again, she went through
you cut her off. I'll tell you when I've had enough. No, you got to drive tonight. Take her big plastic keys away.
I mean, she's never going to hear this, so I don't mind putting her out there. But she had an accident in the middle of the night, and she wakes up the next morning and goes, "It was from all that milk. I think that was why."
Yeah, well, there you go. Pass the dick.
So as the fantasy baseball season ends, fantasy football season ends.
Mine ended 2 weeks ago, but go on.
I know. Well, I wanted to congratulate you on winning your fantasy football game because you made such a fuss about whatever fucking league you played in that you couldn't do my league this year. So I assume you won it, right?
Semifinals.
Okay.
I did win my pick'em pool 3 times this year. Now I can't qualify for week 17 because there's a 3-win limit. So good for me.
Oh, that's garbage. I've never heard of that before.
I don't love it, but
that's trash. It's all luck anyways with that stuff.
No, it's a skill game.
Well, do you play with point spreads?
No, just straight up pick 'em. So everybody gets 12 over.
If you're playing pick 'em without point spreads, you're a child.
Yeah, I'm a child.
Julia, he had the Jets. He is not in Survivor anymore.
No, I didn't lose in the Jets. I lost last week in the Bengals game.
Oh, the Bengals. Oh, that's right. Bengals Steelers during the Boozer Daddy recording.
Boozer Daddy's is bad luck. But no, Julia, I would have lost last week anyway because 2 out of my potential 3 teams lost. It was carnage last week.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. So, Zach, as far as we had something come up in one of our leagues. Now,
did you win your league?
That one I got third place. Where it was, I had everybody that scored. I put up the most points in the final week of anybody in the playoffs 1 week too late. I had Kamara, Godwin, everybody the next week. You don't want to hear about this. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What I was getting at, and Eric, who's our mutual friend, more your friend than mine, when him and I played each other, he sent me a, no, I wish. It would have been very zoomed in. But he sent me a, "Hey, congratulations." Do you send a congratulatory text when you lose to somebody in the playoffs, in the finals, whatever?
It depends on the person. It depends how I lost. It depends on the season. I would err on the side of no. But I tend not to send a gloating text either when I win. It's business as usual. Expect to win.
So my move, nobody...
You've been there before. Slow trot around the bases.
Truth. Nobody talks more shit than me in most of these leagues. Usually not so much during the season, usually more in the playoffs. But in the playoffs, I will tell you, when I lose in the playoffs to a person that I respect, I will generally send a, "Hey, it was close," or "Good luck," or whatever. We'll talk. When I'm winning, I generally send a, "I'm waiting for your concession speech." That's a great one, by the way, because when you're stomping somebody, I want to hear that. Now, most people tend to do that. We had something in one of our leagues. It means nothing. But this somebody sent out a text last night of, "Bow down to your back-to-back league champion." And it was I said, "Congrats, that was a bit much." An email chain ensues where the person that he beat said, "Should I send out a screenshot of the text message he sent me last night conceding that he had already lost?" Because this guy thought he was losing, and then there was a reversal in the fourth quarter and won by a couple of points. That's some horseshit, right? That should maybe count? Or you're no?
No. I think you can send a text, but I don't need to email the whole league. Because then it's a text chain, and then it's an email chain. I don't want to deal with that. These people are, I don't know. If I know the person, I'll probably send them a, "Hey, good game," or "Hey, go get him in the finals," or "Go beat that twink you're going to play next week." But that word's not useful nearly enough. But anyway, I tend not to be very mouthy. I let my team do most of the talking.
Fair enough. So, before we get to what chafes your inner thigh, I didn't plan on talking about this week and then got a text from one of my friends. If you've listened to some of the Boozer Daddy episodes...
They haven't.
I've made reference... No, this person has. I've made reference to the fact that there's a Bonus Jonas, right? Have you heard this before?
I have. I haven't taken the time to Google him.
There is It's a him. I think it's Frankie. There are 3 Jonas
Obviously.
brothers, obviously. There is a Bonus Jonas who is not in the band. He's a little bit younger. I get a text today.
From him?
No, I don't think I would be friends with them, but it was from a friend who says, the Bonus Jonas tattooed the name of an influencer on his thigh today. And I was like, what? Of course,
my name?
You are not an
Just
influencer,
clearly,
my friend.
absolutely. Julia is clearly influenced.
I then had to look it up, and it was this ridiculous story, this back and forth, this TikTok. But the only thing that came out of my mouth when I first heard this was, if this Bonus Jonas chopped off a testicle and used it to descend the New Year's Eve countdown into his mouth, still not as famous as any of his brothers.
That's where your mind went? You need to get out more.
It's a New Year's episode, man.
You need to do things.
It's a New Year's episode, Zach.
I suppose it is.
I heard this, like, he tattooed. If that doesn't scream, I want attention, I don't know what does.
Oh, he's an attention whore. Absolutely. I mean, I'm surprised he's not out there doing all kinds of random, ridiculous nonsense. Go befriend Johnny Knoxville. I'm surprised he's
just for that, I'm putting him on the Death Watch 2021.
You're going to kill him in 2021?
No, I'm thinking that this guy is going
to... lift from
put the lipstick on?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just saying that, like, what is this guy doing? What are you doing tattooing somebody's at Taylor or whatever the hell the girl's name was? Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, because in 40 years, when nobody has a clue what any of these things mean, it's still there. Because something's going to replace, hashtags and @ signs and TikTok, and there's going to be a new, newfangled thing that's going to scare us both.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and he's still going to have @ this person's name on his upper thigh, which anything on your upper thigh is just creepy.
It's such attention seeking. I can't with this guy. I thought that was pretty weird. Speaking of hashtags, have you finished Cobra Kai yet?
I haven't started Cobra Kai. I'm 2 episodes deep into the Queen's Gambit.
It's a different pace. Why? I finished it. I'm not ruining anything, but
I can't watch both at once. It's not going to happen. I can't crisscross.
Well, the new season of Cobra Kai comes out this week, but
I'm sure
I'm all caught up. But when you said hashtag this, there's a great scene where Johnny Lawrence is learning about the internet. I mean, he's stuck in the 80s, and he has his Cobra Kai dojo, and he's like, he takes the video and goes, put that on the internet. Put it here. Hash brown Cobra Kai. Hash brown kick ass. It tickled me. I thought that was delightful. That was hysterical.
Tickled your upper thigh?
Speaking of my upper thigh, sir, what is grinding your upper thigh?
What grinds my gears and my thigh? I'm upset, and it's an existential sort of upset. And here's the thing. The last couple of weeks, you've asked me what's bothering me, what's grinding my, what's shaking my upper thigh, whatever I have.
You complain constantly. It's an easy sell, man.
I don't. Well, not recently. And my answer has been nothing. I've been happy. I started thinking about that on my walk to work today. I'm upset that I'm not more upset. It's a function of the pandemic, is that I'm an observant person, as are you, to a degree. Not the same quirky way that a Jonas Brothers put his balls in his mouth on, New Year's Eve, but I noticed
10, 9, 8. Come on, no, nothing. He's still not as famous as his brothers. That was the only point.
I think he would be if that infamous, maybe. But anyway, it's a function of the pandemic that, like, usually what bothers me are life's little foibles. Like, hey, remember that time at that place when we did that thing and that thing happened? The problem
there's none of that.
Right, there is no time, there is no place, there is no thing. I'm perpetually either numb or just comfortably numb or happy to be home because I'm not out being annoyed. But I miss out being annoyed. Give me my vaccine, give me my shot so that I can go out there and be angry again. That's what's been bothering me. It's been bothering me all day, is that I'm pissy that I'm not more pissy. Is that I haven't been out in so long to a bar or to a place or to a thing where some guy might say the wrong thing. None of these things happen. So I'm in like a Russian doll of being just numb.
Sweet birthday, baby!
Exactly. I love her, by the way. She's fantastic. Nice Jewish girl. I don't know. She does it for me.
I think she's...
Cool. Let's go. Dive right in. Whatever works. I don't think she is. I think she just sort of is up for whatever shows up.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You know where she's from, right? You know she's from your area.
Yeah, she's a New York girl. She's
she's like a Heights girl. I think she went to yeshiva. No bullshit.
No, I know. She's a big yeshivite. Um, yeah, she's got, and that was a real hair in Russian doll. Crazy girl. But yeah, that's what's been bothering me. That more isn't bothering me because I'm not doing anything. So I don't see like life's little nuances. I don't see the little like, Larry David quirks that people would walk by but would torment me. Nothing torments me because I don't do enough, and it's been just torturing me.
Just wait until the non-maskers come back, and then when people say something, it's like, fuck you, asshole. Here's my 2 shots, okay? Here's my 2 shots.
What are they going to do when you get your shots? Are they going to give you a piece of flair? Like, I don't want to say a star, but,
10 pieces of flair?
Exactly. But are you going to get a piece of, like, a little button that says, I've got my mask, now I can go mask. I got my shot, I can be an asshole? Like, whatever you want.
Yeah, I think it's going to turn into something like that. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be something like that.
Trying to get, like a pin. Because the sticker won't stay stuck. It's got to be something that punctures the fabric.
All right, Zach, we've reached that point of the episode for some trivia time.
What's that written on? Some like word of the day calendar?
Yes, that's what I used from all of my notes here. It's word of the day. So this was from December the 3rd. I can read it to you. It's from Hamilton. I come, O Lord, I mount, I fly on rapid. I'm not reading this whole thing.
I come, O Lord, I mount?
Well, yeah, December 3rd. I write most of my notes because I get these things and I'm like, I just throw them away, so at least I take notes on them. Do you want to take a guess what today's trivia is going to be on?
It's going to be Mets trivia, and it's going to be impossible.
Absolutely not, Zach. You weren't paying attention because this is the Booze Your Daddy, Boo Year Eve, if you will, episode. So today...
Booze Year Eve. You got it.
Booze Year Eve, Boo Year Eve, whatever.
No, it's all there.
We are going to be
better in the comments.
We are going to be testing your knowledge today. That was from Zach. That was seriously from like 10 minutes ago.
I got nothing. I'm dying here.
Today we're testing your knowledge on New Year's Eve type stuff. Are you ready?
Not even a little bit. You're going to just torment me.
Karma is a bitch. Here we go.
Yeah, me and Karma are good. We're at the club.
Question number 1. Everyone knows Sydney has the first largest New Year's Eve celebration. What is the country that has the first New Year?
The country that has the first New Year.
Sydney has the first largest New Year's Eve celebration. What is the country that has the first New Year's?
The country that has the first New Year. Well, if it's the first largest, then would be Australia with the first New Year's country. No, yeah, stretch it. New Zealand, because it's.
So the question was, what is the first New Year? So I tried to trick you by saying Sydney, and you pivoted very quickly, very smartly to say New Zealand. Correct answer was American Samoa, actually. So yeah, that is incorrect.
So this is gonna be. How many questions are there?
I made it easier after that one.
How many questions? So this is going to be an 0 for 5 so that I can stop torturing your sister, who that's why she doesn't like me, by the way.
Because you just kept hitting her up over and over and over?
No, not in the DM, because I hit her for the going 0 for 5.
Oh. That's probably true. Anyway, it was the Pacific Islands, Tonga, Samoa, or Samoa, as they say on 90 Day Fiancé, and Kiribati. I kind of wrote it wrong.
Spent a month there one night. Go on.
All right. Question number 2. Auld Lang Syne, the unofficial song of New Year's, is originally Scottish. What does it translate to? Auld Lang Syne.
All be forgotten. I don't know.
Old long since. That it was right there in the question, Zach. Scottish is not that far off of a language that it wasn't
pretty
like
far away from. Was it Erse? The old Irish.
Old long since is what it actually is. Question number 3. In Spain, or Espagne, as they like to say, they eat 12 of what fruit for good luck on New Year's Eve?
They eat 12 of
12 of what fruit?
Grapes.
Grapes is correct. Nice. I was like, grapes, it would be apples. You're not eating like 10, 12 watermelons, right?
I learned that watching Modern Family.
Son of
Billy
a
D.
bitch.
Williams episode.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking shit horse. All right, well, I figured...
Shit horse?
Shit horse, yeah, whatever. So, I felt bad. I thought you'd be 0 for 3 at this point, so I wanted to give you a something specific to New York, okay?
Dick Clark quite the coxman?
I bet you he has a lot of kids.
Oh, yeah. He was very, very active.
In New York, smashing a peppermint version of what animal is considered good luck? It's a New York City question, Zach. A peppermint version.
Version of what animal? New York question.
Well, it's a New York thing.
A New York thing. A peppermint pigeon.
Correct answer is a pig. You had the first two letters right. I can't give you partial credit. Sorry.
No, I don't want partial credit. But I thought we were on to say smash on this show. You can't smash a like button. You can't.
Oh my God! Don't start.
Why is that a thing? What's so bad? Oh, yeah, bitch slap the like button, pan. Like, why can't I?
Why can't? So bad? You don't watch enough YouTube because
I
that's
watched a British guy who teaches me golf tips, and he says smash, and it's delightful.
But he probably says smosh the like button.
He does, but he gets really into it.
Dude, the people online, if you only knew, they say it every couple of minutes, and it's just constant. And hit the bell and give us it's such whoring. Bell. Yeah, you hit the bell because when you hit subscribe and hit the like button, it makes like a bing. Yes, it's a saying, dude.
I know it's a saying, but I don't know why you hate it so much.
Because it's whoring yourself out. It is just constant advertising. It's constant.
Whore. Why don't we have our version of Smash, but like a bougie?
We're live on YouTube right now. Do you want to tell people to smash the like button right now?
No. I want to tell them your version of smash the like so we can be whores, but proper whores.
Go ahead. It's 41 minutes in. If they're still watching at this point, they'll probably be back next episode.
Why don't you tickle the like button for me? Give me a little tickle.
Tickle the like button.
Yeah, tickle the like button or like that. Don't smash it. It's a little, they're sensitive, but give it a tickle. Be nice to that like button. Continue with the trivia.
Last question. Question number 5. 7. What year, plus or minus 10, was the first ball drop?
1927.
Correct answer was 1907. So you're not right.
Damn. So the only one I got right was the grapes. Just like the only one you got right was the old idiots.
All right, well, I generally try to make these things a little bit more gettable. Can we call a truce for our trivia, and maybe next time we'll...
I didn't care if you got the answers right. I just wanted to do the trivia and have fun. That trivia was for me. but yes, you can call... No truce, actually. If I do trivia again, they're going to be bananas.
Oh,
the answers are going to be totally secondary to the question.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. Build up to the question. It's all about the Catons.
It's all about the Catonsville. Anybody? Samantha? Catonsville?
Is that one of those unsafe towns in Baltimore?
It's an unsafe county on the outskirts of Baltimore City.
It's all unsafe.
As we wind down this episode 2020, I'm not asking you if you have anything left. I am going to ask you if you have any New Year's resolutions, sir.
No, to keep being awesome.
What a douchebag.
I don't know. Yeah, what a douchebag. No, I don't tend to make resolutions, just like we don't go over to the table and say what we're grateful or thankful for at Thanksgiving. We're just us, and we're not going to keep any of them anyway. By January 4th, we're going to go back to being the worst people we are. So there's no point in lying to ourselves. But go nuts. Do you have any resolutions?
My resolutions, I try to go for something achievable. One year it was like curse less. One year it was expect less from people, where I was like, just lower your expectations. Try not to hope for such big things.
No, I'm waiting to be wowed.
Of course, everybody's always trying to eat better and exercise more, and I make this reference all the time, but I still say my number one funny meme ever. It comes out around March, where it says my New Year's resolution is to lose 10 pounds, so I only have 15 more to go. That always makes me laugh. I think it's really, really funny.
That's not bad.
My New Year's resolution is just to eat more vegetables. It's like I need to have more green in my life. I never thought that I would say that because there's plenty of green in my life, but it's kind of stupid. But you asked.
In how many bites for the carrot?
Oh, I close my nose. I hate vegetables. Yeah. I absolutely despise them, but I'm still going to do my best to do it.
Oh, there was a deep throat joke in there. You missed it. Nevertheless, go nuts.
All right.
Eat more vegetables. Enjoy. I eat a lot of vegetables. My wife cooks pretty healthy. When she doesn't cook, I eat terribly, but she cooks healthy.
I can say almost without a doubt that a whole tomato and a whole cucumber have never been inside my parents' house.
Not that you know of.
A tomato? What do you do with a tomato, Zach?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Check their nightstand. Check their Jesus end tables.
Good callback.
Yeah,
Sir, would you like to take us out today? Last time?
Happy New Year to all you. Watch the ball drop. It's going to be Steve Jonas's balls.
Frankie Jonas.
Him too. Yeah, Happy New Year to all, and to all a good night.
Very much so. Everybody, especially, listen, we're doing these episodes. Especially drink. We're doing these episodes live on my Facebook, on our Booze Your Daddy Facebook. It's also on YouTube. Tickle the like button. People, we're having a good time here. We're probably going to shoot for like every Tuesday or so, but if you really want to know when it's happening, hit me up. Make sure you're downloading the episodes. We're available everywhere. Tickle the like button, as we said, which is pretty freaking funny.
It's a thing. It's going viral. It's a thing.
Booze Your Daddy, from Daddy to everybody in the world. Samantha, I love you. Julia, Ron, Evan, everybody who's a part of this. We out.
We out.